Most people feel financially behind because they are measuring themselves against the wrong things. They look at the car someone drives, the vacation someone posts, the apartment someone lives in, and the lifestyle they seem to afford. Then they ask the painful question, am I falling behind? But looking rich and being rich are not the same thing. You can see what people spend money on, but you cannot see the credit card balance, the car loan, the monthly pressure, or the stress behind the image. And that is why you might be richer than you think. Not because you have everything figured out, but because real wealth often shows up quietly. Less debt, more breathing room, more control, less pressure to impress people, more ability to make choices without panic. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 signs you might be richer than you think. These are quiet signals that your financial life may be stronger than it feels. And if you are tired of comparing your real life to someone else's performance, subscribe to the channel. Every video here is designed to help you build real wealth, reduce money stress, and create more freedom. Sign number 1. You are not funding your lifestyle with debt. This is one of the clearest signs you might be richer than you think, because many people who look ahead are not always ahead. They are borrowing to look that way. A nicer car may just mean a bigger car payment. Expensive clothes may be sitting on a credit card balance. Vacations, phones, furniture, and upgrades can all look impressive from the outside, even when they are being paid for with future income. That is how borrowed lifestyles create fake confidence. From the outside, it looks like success, but behind the scenes, every payment adds pressure. The credit card bill arrives. The car loan takes part of the paycheck. Buy now, pay later turns one purchase into several future obligations. So if your life is mostly paid for with money you actually have, that matters. You may not look as flashy. You may not upgrade as often. But if you are not using debt just to maintain an image, you are in a stronger position than many people who look richer from the outside. Low debt or no consumer debt gives your income room to breathe. Your paycheck is not already promised to old purchases, and your future money is not constantly being pulled backward. That may not show up in pictures, but it shows up in your stress level, your options, and the fact that your lifestyle is not being held together by monthly payments. You may not look rich, but you are not pretending with borrowed money. Sign number 2. You do not feel the need to mention what things cost. This is a subtle sign, but once you notice it, you start seeing it everywhere. People who are performing wealth often bring up prices because the price is part of the performance. They do not just say they bought something, they make sure you know it was expensive. And usually, the message is not really about the thing. The message is, look what I can afford. But quiet wealth does not need that kind of announcement. If you are financially comfortable, the cost of something does not have to become the main part of the conversation. You can enjoy something without turning the price into a status signal. That is why silence around money can say a lot. Not because money is shameful, and not because you can never talk about prices, but because people who are secure usually do not need every purchase to prove something. Mentioning prices too often can reveal insecurity. It can show that someone wants the purchase to be noticed, admired, or validated. But comfort shows up differently. It shows up in what you do not say. You do not need to explain. You do not need to impress. You do not need people to know exactly what something cost. And that is a quiet sign you might be richer than you think. Sign number 3. Your life has financial breathing room. You might be richer than you think if money problems no longer become instant emergencies. The car can still break. A medical bill can still show up. Something in the house can still need fixing at the worst possible time. But if your first reaction is annoyance instead of panic, that is a sign of real financial strength. It means there is space between your life and financial stress. That space might come from a cash cushion. It might come from lower fixed expenses. It might come from not having every dollar already promised before the month begins. Whatever the reason, that margin changes how life feels. You are not counting the days until payday just to feel safe again. You are not one bad week away from everything falling apart. You do not have to turn every small problem into a credit card balance or a financial crisis. That may not look impressive from the outside. Nobody sees the emergency you handled quietly. Nobody notices the bill you paid without panic. But that is exactly the point. Real wealth often feels like stability before it looks like luxury. And if your money life has less panic, less pressure, and more room than it used to, you may be richer than you think. Sign number 4. You do not feel pressured to upgrade everything. This is one of the quietest signs of financial maturity. Because when income grows, Most people feel like life should grow with it. A better car, a bigger home, a newer phone, nicer clothes, more expensive vacations. And because they can technically afford it, it feels normal. But this is how lifestyle inflation keeps people feeling broke. Every raise becomes a new payment. Every bonus becomes an upgrade. Every increase in income gets absorbed by a more expensive version of the same life. So if your income or net worth has grown, but your lifestyle has not exploded with it, that matters. It means you are not using every financial improvement to prove something. You are not spending money just to keep up with the people around you. You are allowing some of that money to stay saved, invested, and working for your future. That may look boring from the outside. Same car, same home, same phone, same habits, same simple routines. But behind the scenes, that restraint is building wealth. Because the money you do not spend for approval can become breathing room. It can become options. It can become freedom. It can become the quiet gap between looking successful and actually becoming financially strong. And sometimes, not upgrading is not a sign that you are behind. It is a sign that you understand enough. Sign number 5. Your money is buying freedom, not attention. This may be the clearest sign you might be richer than you think. Because real wealth is not just about what people can see. The car, the house, the clothes, the watch, or the vacation photos may get attention, but attention is not the same as freedom. Freedom is different. Freedom is having more control over your time, more flexibility in your work, more privacy in your life, more ability to make decisions without panic. So, if your money choices are giving you more control instead of just more applause, you may be doing better than you realize. Maybe you are saving so you do not feel trapped at work. Maybe you are investing so your future does not depend only on a paycheck. Maybe you are keeping your lifestyle simple so you can protect your peace. That may not impress everyone, but it changes your life. Because real wealth is often quiet. It is the ability to say no, the ability to wait, the ability to choose, and the ability to live without needing everyone to know how well you are doing. That is why wealth should be measured by control, not applause. And if your money is giving you more time, more flexibility, and more peace, then you may already be richer than you think. Stop comparing your reality to someone else's performance. You might feel behind because you are comparing your real financial life to what other people choose to show. Their car, their vacations, their clothes, their upgrades, their lifestyle. But looking rich and being rich are not the same thing. If you are not funding your life with debt, that matters. If your life has breathing room, that matters. If you do not feel pressured to upgrade everything, that matters. And if your money is buying freedom instead of attention, that matters most. That is the real progression. Less debt, less pressure, less performance, more freedom. So measure wealth by stability, options, peace, and control, not just by what people can see. Here is one practical action. Look at your last few money decisions and ask, did this buy me status or did this buy me freedom? Because the goal is not to look richer than you are. The goal is to become stronger than you look. If this helped, subscribe to the channel for more videos that help you build real wealth, reduce money stress, and create more freedom. And let me know in the comments, which sign made you realize you might be doing better than you thought.